An Officer and a Gentleman arrived in cinemas in 1982 and became one of the most beloved romantic dramas of the decade, grossing over $130 million worldwide and winning 2 Academy Awards. It made stars, broke barriers, and gave the world one of cinema's most iconic final scenes. But behind the uniforms and the tears, the cast's real lives brought tragic deaths, addiction battles, devastating losses, and surprising reinventions that no screenplay could have written. Let's see where they are in 2026. Number 1, we have David Keith as Sid Worley. Born on May 8, 1954 in Knoxville, Tennessee, David was 27 during filming and brought heartbreaking depth to one of the film's most tragic arcs. Sid Worley's desperate struggle to hold on to both his dreams and his love made him the film's most emotionally devastating presence. David earned Golden Globe nominations for both Best Supporting Actor and New Star of the Year for his raw and unflinching performance. He went on to star in The Lords of Discipline, Firestarter, and memorably portrayed Elvis Presley in Heartbreak Hotel. He married Nancy Clark in 2000 and they have 2 children, Presley and Coulter, though they later divorced in 2016. He has been a passionate member of the National Advisory Board for PROTECT, the National Association to Protect Children, lobbying Congress for stronger laws protecting kids. David has now reached 71 in 2026, and his portrayal of Sid Worley still moves audiences to tears more than 4 decades later. His tireless advocacy for children's safety transformed a Hollywood career into something far more meaningful and lasting. Number 2, we have Lisa Blount as Lynette Pomeroy. Born on July 1st, 1957 in Fayetteville, Arkansas, Lisa was 24 during filming and brought raw, complicated energy to one of the film's most morally complex roles. Lynette's desperate pursuit of escape through a military husband gave the story its cautionary counterpoint to Paula's romance. Lisa earned a Golden Globe nomination for New Star of the Year for her performance and went on to appear in the cult horror film Prince of Darkness and the acclaimed TV series Moonlighting. She later co-produced the short film The Accountant with her husband Ray McKinnon, and that film won the Academy Award for Best Live-Action Short Film in 2002. Lisa married Ray McKinnon in 1998, and the couple worked as creative partners right up until her sudden passing. She was inducted into the Arkansas Entertainers Hall of Fame in September 2010, just weeks before she passed away on October 25, 2010, at 53, from complications linked to the blood disorder ITP. She was 53 years old when she left a world that had only just begun to fully understand her extraordinary talent. Her journey from Lynette's desperation to an Academy Award triumph remains one of the most surprising and moving stories of any cast member in this film. Number 3, we have Gossett Jr. as Gunnery Sergeant Emil Foley. Born on May 27, 1936 in Coney Island, Brooklyn, New York, Lewis was 45 during filming. Sergeant Foley's iron-willed drilling of Zack Mayo became one of the most powerful and unforgettable performances of the 1980s. Lewis had already won an Emmy for Roots before Officer made him an Oscar winner, the first black man ever to win Best Supporting Actor. He went on to accumulate more than 200 screen roles across 6 decades, including Enemy Mine, Iron Eagle, and HBO's Watchmen. Lewis was married 3 times and fathered 2 sons, Sadie and Sharon, while fighting and overcoming battles with alcohol and cocaine addiction after his Oscar win. He later founded the Eroticism Foundation, dedicating his later years to fighting racism and inspiring youth with tools for inclusive living. Tragically, Lewis passed away on March 29, 2024, at 87, from complications of COPD in Santa Monica, California. His monumental legacy as a barrier-breaking actor, a humanitarian, and a man of profound dignity will never be forgotten. Number 4, we have Richard Gere as Zack Mayo. Born on August 31, 1949 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Richard was 32 during filming. Zack Mayo's rebellious journey from lone wolf to honorable officer became one of cinema's most iconic transformations. Richard had already turned heads in American Gigolo before Officer launched him into true superstardom. He followed it with mega hits Pretty Woman and Chicago, winning a Golden Globe for the latter. He married supermodel Cindy Crawford in 1991, but divorced in 1995, then married actress Carrie Lowell in 2002 before their separation in 2013. He found lasting love with Spanish activist Alejandra Silva, marrying her in 2018, and they have 2 sons together. Richard has now reached 76 in 2026, and continues blending film roles with passionate humanitarian work for Tibet and global causes. His legacy as both a screen icon and a global activist stands as one of Hollywood's most inspiring and enduring stories. Number 5, we have Lisa Eilbacher as Casey Seeger. Born on May 5, 1956 in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, where her father worked as an American oil executive, Lisa was 25 during filming and delivered a quietly powerful performance as one of the Academy's most determined female candidates. Casey Seeger's refusal to quit during the grueling obstacle course gave the film one of its most genuinely moving moments of triumph. Lisa had begun acting as a child on shows like My Three Sons and Gunsmoke, and after Officer went on to star in Beverly Hills Cop in 1984 and the miniseries The Winds of War in 1983. She steadily worked through film and television until retiring from acting entirely in 1995. Lisa married director Bradford May on August 27, 1988, and the couple built a quiet life away from the Hollywood spotlight. She has kept her personal life extremely private since leaving the entertainment industry. Lisa has now reached 69 in 2026, and her portrayal of Casey Seeger remains a touchstone for anyone who has ever had to fight twice as hard just to prove they belong. Her graceful exit from Hollywood on her own terms reflects a quiet dignity that very few in the industry ever managed to find. Number 6, we have Debra Winger as Paula Pokrifki. Born on May 16, 1955 in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, Debra was 26 during filming and delivered a performance of stunning emotional rawness. Paula's yearning for a better life beyond the factory floor gave the film its beating heart and its most memorable romantic energy. Debra followed Officer with Oscar-nominated turns in Terms of Endearment and Shadowlands, cementing herself as one of her generation's finest actresses. In 1995, she famously walked away from Hollywood at the height of her career, choosing life over the relentless machinery of fame. She married actor Timothy Hutton in 1986, and they had a son before divorcing in 1990, then married actor Arliss Howard in 1996, and they have a son together. She returned to screens most notably in Netflix's The Ranch from 2016 to 2020. Debra has now reached 70 in 2026 and remains one of the most respected and fearlessly authentic actresses of her era. Her willingness to disappear from the spotlight entirely and return only on her own terms remains one of Hollywood's most powerful acts of self-determination. Number 7, we have Grace Zabriskie as Esther Pokrifki. Born in 1941 in New Orleans, Louisiana, Grace was 40 during filming and brought unsettling complexity to Paula's emotionally damaged mother. Esther Pokrifki's shattered dreams and her desperate encouragement of Paula's pursuit of a Navy man gave the film one of its most haunting undertones. Grace went on to become one of American cinema's most distinctive character actresses, earning iconic roles in Twin Peaks, Big Love, and Wild at Heart. She appeared in films including Drugstore Cowboy, The Grudge, and Inland Empire, building a reputation as one of the industry's most reliably unforgettable presences. Grace has been private about her personal relationships throughout her lengthy career, allowing her remarkable body of work to speak entirely for itself. She has continued acting well into her 80s with no signs of slowing down. Grace has now reached 84 in 2026, and her extraordinary range, from damaged mothers to supernatural terrors, places her in the rarest company of American character acting. Her career is a testament to what happens when pure talent outlasts trends, outlasts fame, and simply refuses to stop showing up. Number 8, we have David Caruso as Topper Daniels. Born on January 7, 1956 in Forest Hills, Queens, New York, David was 26 during filming and had zero formal acting training when he stepped onto set. Topper Daniels' naive, good-natured presence in the candidate school gave Officer one of its most relatable and humanizing side characters. David spent a decade in supporting roles including First Blood, before landing the career-defining role of Detective John Kelly in NYPD Blue in 1993, winning a Golden Globe for the performance. He famously walked away from NYPD Blue in a salary dispute, a decision TV Guide later ranked as one of TV's 10 biggest blunders, before reinventing himself brilliantly as Lieutenant Horatio Kane in CSI Miami from 2002 to 2012. David was married 3 times and has 3 children across his relationships. After CSI Miami ended in 2012, he quietly retired from acting entirely and shifted focus to art business ventures in South Miami. David has now reached 70 in 2026, and his transformation from a bit part player with no training to a $35 million TV icon remains one of the most improbable career arcs in Hollywood history. His story proves that walking away from one show can end a chapter, and that starting over with sunglasses and a one-liner can define an entire era of television. Number 9, we have Robert Loggia as Byron Mayo. Born on January 3, 1930 in Staten Island, New York, Robert was 52 during filming and brought weathered, heartbreaking authenticity to Zack's alcoholic naval father. Byron Mayo's failure as a parent and his complicated love for his son gave the film its crucial emotional backstory. Robert had already built a legendary career in Scarface before Officer and earned an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor for Jagged Edge in 1985. He also won a Saturn Award for his iconic floor piano dancing scene in Big alongside Tom Hanks and appeared in Independence Day and The Sopranos. Robert married Della Marjorie Sloan in 1954, and they had 3 children before divorcing in 1981, then married Audrey O'Brien in 1982, and remained together until his death. Diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2010, Robert continued working as long as he was able. Tragically, Robert passed away on December 4, 2015, at 85, from complications of Alzheimer's disease at his Los Angeles home. His 6-decade career, his Oscar nomination, and his commanding screen presence left a mark on Hollywood that time will never erase. Number 10, we have Harold Sylvester as Perryman. Born in 1949 in New Orleans, Louisiana, Harold was 32 during filming and brought genuine warmth and grounded family values to the officer candidate barracks. Perryman's steady, family-driven motivation offered a powerful contrast to Zack's loner ambitions and gave the film one of its most quietly dignified presences. Harold built a steady and respected television career throughout the 1980s and 1990s, appearing in shows including Married with Children and Jag. He worked consistently as a character actor across film and television for decades, bringing reliability and craft to every role he accepted. Harold has maintained a largely private personal life throughout his career, preferring the craft over the celebrity and the work over the spotlight. He has remained connected to the entertainment industry and continues to be remembered warmly by fans of the film. Harold has now reached 76 in 2026, and his 4 decades of quiet, consistent work represent the very best of what a character actor's career can be. His legacy is one of professionalism, dignity, and a commitment to the craft that never once needed the spotlight to validate it.